Sweebadoo-badoo-badoo-da-da-da-doo. Yeah, yeah, alright, okay, yeah, it is a Sunday. No, it's not, it's Saturday. Oh my gosh, you guys. This has been one of those weekends already. Am I right? We are streaming, we are live, we are out in the world on the Instagram and right up in here on the YouTubes. How we doing, everybody? We're jumping right in. Holy guacamole. I mean, right? We're doing it. We got this sweet beat. How we doing, my friends? Getting all my bells and whistles situated here. What do we got? Who do we got? We got a bunch of guitar friends in the chat. I'm so happy you're here. We got Jeffrey Quest, Tim Taylor, Michael B, and Michael B. Both of the Michael B's in the house. Tony Martino, Tony the man. My dog Tony is back here snoozing away, and my other dog Lolly is also snoozing away. Lolly is soaking wet. It just started downpouring in Nashville about a half hour ago, and it was one of those, my girlfriend and I looked at each other and was like, wow, it's really coming down. And we're like, is one of the dogs outside? Definitely. Like a drowned rat. She just came galloping in all wet. Steve Speece! So it might smell on my side of the camera. You don't need to worry about that. I'm in charge of it. We're on top of it. Are you on top of your root names? Because if not, grab your guitar. Grab your guitar. You got time. Grab your guitar. We're still getting settled in. We're going to have a lot of fun. This is going to be a live workout. We're going to talk about a lot of things, but mainly we're going to start off by rocking about a lot of things. If you wonder about the circle of fifths, circle of fourths, we're going to show you how to make fun, quick chord progressions using that for what it's meant to be used for. As a cheat sheet, as a decoder ring, to just sort of build chord progressions that sound great kind of no matter what you do. But one area that we often overlook, if you haven't done one of these before, they're really fun. This is a live guitar workout. I call it, it's like a Peloton class. I'm your coach right now. Grab your guitar. I need a headset mic. And we're just gonna jam and vibe. Just gonna jam and vibe, bro. It's gonna be great. Let's get started. Look at this. Boosh. The workout has begun. Let's just simply do root name recall. And let's switch over to this camera view here where we got our circle of fifths right there. We're gonna go around the circle going in the direction of counterclockwise. So let's go in the direction of fourths. So C, and then we'll go to F, and then we'll go to B flat, and then we'll go to E flat. So just keep following those big letters on the outside of the ring. Now the catch is we're gonna find all these notes, one after another, just on one string. Let's start on the sixth string. So this is gonna quiz you more than you think it might. It might be easy in some parts and it might throw you for a loop. Let's try it. To the beat. Starting on a C, sixth string only. Just use this one string between the 0 to 12 frets. 1, 2, play me a C. Let's do it together. C, plenty of time to think. We'll start off slow, right? Next note is an F. Look at the wheel, use your instincts. We're going to a B flat next. Okay, that's 6th fret. You gotta know the fret name, the number, the letter, the whole deal. E flat, 11th fret. You got these, or some of them are gonna be a little bit softer than others? That's all right. A flat, 4th fret. Sometimes known as G sharp. That's okay, I'm all right with it. Now this one, C sharp, you'll use this more often than you think, and it's on a dot, so you better know it, right? Went a little bit late there, but we got an F sharp there. That one's great for the epic 90s chord. Children of the universe, together we will ride on the way to the shopping mall. Orange Julius by our side. Yes, we're gonna rock. Sorry, I'm not gonna be doing that all day. Whenever I hit that chord, I wanna feel it in my bones. F sharp. Moving on. B. Okay, now we're getting around the wheel. Some of the more known letters. E. You've got 2 E's on this string within the 0 and 12 fret range, right? E and then E. A, 5th fret. We got these, right? D, 10th fret. G, 3rd fret. Told you we'd go faster. C, we're back to it. Let's try the 5th string. Root name recall is what this is called. And if you want to take my free course, you get the 5-day skills challenge. Day 1 is root name recall. So if you're like, yikes, oh Pete right now, I got you. There's a whole thing in there with guided, you can randomize it. It's fun. Okay, 5th string now. 5th string only, same rules. Same thing, let's just keep it simple. 1, 2, 3, C. 3rd fret. F. 8th fret, a little spicier now. B flat, 1st fret. E flat, 6. A flat, oh, almost missed it, 11. D flat, 4th fret, or C sharp. F sharp, 9th fret. Almost done with this warm up here. E, A, open and 12th. D, 5th string, right? G, C, love it, love it, love it. All right, breathe. Okay, we got into it there with that sort of bossa nova beat. What am I playing right now? Does anyone know? Other than it sounding a little bit like Fast Car and Blackbird, what's the name of this interval that I'm playing? I'm playing a minor blank and a major blank, and I'm just sort of choosing the different flavors. It's a really useful shape here. I could do it based off of the 6th string, right? I'm checking my chat here on the YouTubes. I'm checking my chat over here on the IG, on the Instagram if you're watching. Thanks for being here. By the way, if you're on Instagram, just comment, literally reply to this stream. It's my first time trying this. So comment the word workout and I'll send you a free workout. You know, it's fun. It's this whole lovely free world we're living in where the freebies abound. You can snack on all the goodies and get pretty good. But if you want to take it to the next level, what we're doing right now, this is the Saturday edition. I'm going to take my time and ramble a bit. But normally we just get in, get out. That if you're watching on the YouTube, you got the horizontal bar that's going across from warm up to workout to play. That's what we do. We warm up, we do something like that. Then we'll go through a kind of like lesson of the day. We'll just keep playing together. I'm live with you. You can comment and all that kind of stuff just like you can right now. And then it builds up an archive. So you might see there on the screen, it says 140. I think that should be 141. This is our 141st episode of these, so you can search through all the archives. Obviously, if you can't join us live, you're still good to go. You can watch the replays. That's the idea. So these are tenths. And what makes them fun is that it's literally just a third. So picture like a major third or a minor third, right? You know them kind of, or like up here. Thirds are close together. It's literally just 1, 2, 3, and you're just skipping one scale degree to get to the third, right? But if you space out that third, space it out, bro. May the 4th be with you, by the way. And you move it up an octave. So normally, if this is a G down here, we've got that major third. If I just take that major third and move it up an octave, it creates this really nice open space. So that's just one way in which, that's why it's called a tenth. Literally when you add 7 to a note, like if you see 10th or 9th or 11th, 13th, all that is just subtract the number 7, math, 7 from it, and you'll get the interval that it's really talking about. It just sort of helps you understand that it's going to be spaced out, right? So tenths are really cool. And from that, if you just played a major tenth, so let's go back to a G again. Look at this, we got the dots over here. So on my root note of the G, that right there is a major third. Okay, that's precisely the first tenth that you're going to hear. Put down the frickin' pen. What am I doing? In Blackbird, right? But if I move that down by 1 fret, that becomes, I'll just circle it there so you can see, you'd play one or the other. So that's the minor version of it. So just using those two shapes as like a recipe, you could be like, and that's why you'll hear like, I don't know, like really interesting, like picture like parts that do really well over like a synth beat or something. I don't have a synth beat lined up, but let's take any beat. So this is sort of like a lo-fi thing. So if you did tenths kind of like, literally you could spend a whole day just having fun with messing around with the major and the minor tenths. So based off of the 5th string, it'll look similar but slightly different. So it would look like that for the major and that for the minor. And it shouldn't be too shocking to see that that looks identical to, it's just a piece of that full major chord. If we're on C now, there's that full bar chord that looks like an A shape for my caged enthusiast. By the way, we have more to talk about caged, by the way. Many of my members who are watching here today, thanks so much for being here, by the way. Whether you're new or part of the tribe, we're going to be drawing a random winner. So stick around if you want to see some craziness. That's the wheel of chaos. We're going to spin it and select a random winner. But Anyway, and we've got like merch that has, it's a whole thing. We got our inside jokes, but you can join us. The water's fine. So there's that chord, and you just take that major 10th right there. There's the minor chord. You just take that. So that's a little thing that I want you to keep in mind, is that when we learn these bar chords, they have a lot of extra notes that we might not need. You can take out some of all those extra repeated notes, like here's an octave, here's an octave, here's a fifth, and they're kind of a little bit more of the filler notes, because if you got one root down here, then you can play a third like that, and you're good to go. So enough about that, but let's use some of this in our awareness of the circle of fifths. So drop in the chat, drop an emoji that represents how you feel when someone mentions the term circle of fifths or circle of fourths. Like what emotion comes forth for you? Because I haven't, kicked it around in a while. And this week, my members and I, we've been doing these workouts every day on what I've called the Wheel of Wonder, which is a circle of fifths. It's just a way to get people to stick around. I used papyrus font and everything. It's pretty sweet. Anyway, let's look at C. And I want you to imagine drawing what I've been calling just like a pineapple wedge. So I just highlighted that chunk. And let's imagine that C is our home key. So we're in C major. And if you've never seen this, this is kind of fun and sort of mind-blowy. The idea is that if that's your 1, you're going to have your 4 chord right here. That's the F. Hey-oh. That's the progress bar you may have just heard, telling us it's time to play. We'll get there, progress bar, I promise. In fact, we're stretching out today. We're going to play as soon as we get this chord progression. So there's the 1 right there. You've got the 4 by going 1 click over to like clockwise. I'm seeing on my vertical, it's sort of chopped off here, but I'll just circle it as I talk about it. So you got the 1, and then you've got the 4 right there. You've got the 5. You might recognize that because C, F, and G, very like early on chords we learn. But isn't it so cool to think that if you're in any key, even one that you're less familiar with, like B flat, C sharp, whatever it is, you can just do this same shape, and you'll find the 1, the 4, and the 5, and you'll find the 6 right there. You'll find the 2 right there, and you'll find the 3. So those 6 chords spell out like kind of, this might be a hot take, but kind of the most used chords in a major key. So if I were to draw the chords in C major, the chords that come with C major, you're going to get C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished, and then it just repeats. It just goes back to C. So with that, we've got our 1, 2, 3. This is that Nashville number system. If you hear about that, you're like, what are they talking about? This is the way that you can use numbers instead of the letters, because the letters are specific to that exact key. But if you use the numbers, then you can basically say, hey, guess what? We're going to play this in F now. Then you could just swap out. Let me show you exactly how you could swap that out. Now we move our ring, our chunk of the ring over here to F. Click, click, click. And I'm sure some of you might even have those literal like wheels where you just sort of slide it around and it has a window that will show you just the chord you're looking for. So we're doing F, let's say the chord progression was like 1, 4, 5, 6. In C, it was going to be 1, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's like C, F, G, A minor. But in F, now we just click over. We say, okay, F is here using my handy dandy wheel. I'll see, the B flat is going to be the 4. The C is going to be the 5, and the D minor is going to be. You get the idea. So let's jam. Let's actually build a little progression using this. Can somebody in the chat, the first one in the chat, whichever one I see first, let's imagine that let's go back to the key of C. So let's sort of step back a bit. Just give me 4 numbers between, let's not use 7 right now. Let's skip the diminished right now, but between 1 and 6. Just give me a 4 number. Don't make it be your PIN or how to unlock your phone or whatever. But give me 4 different numbers between 1 and 6, and we'll spell out a progression in the key of C major, and then we'll jam. And again, if you want to get a workout, stick around, grab your guitar. If you want to get the free workout sent to you, just comment the word workout on Instagram. I believe in here, yeah, on YouTube, we've got my chat bot is coming in mentioning you get if you're interested as we go, I have a 14-day free trial. That's always going to be the case. So I might be talking later about, you get this, you get a discount. All that stuff, like the discount that's going right now, that kicks in after your first 2 weeks free, because I really believe that you should try this stuff out, try out my courses, try out my workouts, get a feel for the community and see if you like it. And then if you want to stick around, you'll have the discount after your first 2 weeks are free. So what do we got? Looking for a number. We got 4261. My man Galen made it in the house, coming in hot, coming in fast. So let's literally just circle that. And maybe we'll get to some of these other number sequences. Definitely these are your bank PIN codes. I love it. Thank you, Matt Z, for your ATM code. Love it, love it. So what do we have? 4261. 4261. So that means we're going to have a progression that goes F, A minor, right? You see how I'm getting that, right? I'm just pulling from what I sometimes call the box of crayons. I'm pulling in like, okay, we're going to need an F for my 4, A minor for my 6, and then what was the other again? I didn't get 4261. Oh boy, I screwed it up. Okay, let's do 4, 2, 6. Nice. And then back to C. That's our bossa, that's our lo-fi. That's our kind of rock and roll one. Let's do this just meat and potatoes right down the middle, kind of mid-tempo type of thing right here. I'll turn on my bassalizer. Woo! We'll get funky on that. If you want to get funky, stick around. We'll jam. We'll jam now. We'll use this wheel for what it's good for. Okay, so I'll build this then as we get jamming over it. I'll give you some ideas as far as how to play on it. So. Now, remember, we're in C, so that's to center us back in C. Here we go. I should play more and talk less, probably, right? Jam along. Right. What's kind of cool about this is that we could literally be playing in F or in C over this. So now let's talk about what you might play over this. At this moment, since you are your own person in your own world rocking out there, you could be playing the chords. You could just be focusing on, let's say, practicing triads. So if we did little triads here, we do like D minor, then maybe an A minor right there. Maybe keep going down. So it's fun to maybe play a game where you're like, okay, I'm gonna keep moving in one direction, right? Harry Styles, what's up? Sorry. Keep going down. Now, could you keep playing that game where switch up a different one, maybe? It's kind of nice how they just sort of unfold, right? Now, let's say if we wanted to play some noodles on top. At the risk of seeming basic, I'm gonna say let's start with a major pentatonic. Now, I know this chord progression is a lot of songs, right? We're in the happy sort of sandbox of pop sensibilities right now, which is great. Meat and potatoes, foundation. These are sort of like the primary colors. Kind of like the crayon set. We've got like 6 colors we're working with here, right? Chill and vibey though. All right, so that, if I have my calculations right. So if you haven't learned this trick already, this is a classic good one to know. Tell me what scale shape is that? And there's 2 possible answers. There's probably more, but like for the classic answers, there's 2 possible answers for what this shape would give you if you were to play it. 2 ways of thinking of it, right? So you could be thinking of this as A minor pentatonic, right? But it sort of sounds like a little bit whack to do it that way because it's not a major, or it's not a minor progression, it's a major one. So now if what's funny is that we actually really centered this around F. So C is going to sound a little bit more like a mode on top of it. So watch this. even though we started by thinking of C, this progression, since it doesn't start on a 1, it sort of feels more, this is just sort of how the chords hit your ear. So let's try F instead. And what's kind of fun about this, you'll see. So let's think of this as F. So if this is F, our relative minor is right there on D. So that's going to be a D minor in there, which explains why when we draw this up, it's going to kind of look like a D minor pentatonic. So let's think of this. This is how you can kind of like make sort of happy accidents where it's like, well, I thought I was writing something in C. Turns out it kind of sounds more like it's in F. So what I'm doing now is I'm centering myself on F, using that shape on the wheel again, and I would just spell out, okay, F, G minor, A minor, B flat, C, sorry for my handwriting, I'm in the zone, E diminished. Cool, so now we've got, instead of those numbers being what we're using, this would actually be for us, this would be a 1, 6, 3, 5. So that's kind of cool. Here's something you might not have messed around with as much with the pentatonic shapes, whether it's major or minor, using like this classic box one, any one of them, but this one is maybe the easiest to get started with. These double stops. You literally just play the 2 notes that are parallel next to each other on the adjacent string, and then use the shape of the scale to be sort of like your guardrails. That's how you kind of get that sound, right? So let's say if you're playing like an F chord, you'll hear a lot of people doing that. That's a really nice way to get those fills in there. Snazzy, I like it. Let's build another progression. Next song. Love it. Let's look at another one of these chord progressions we got. And as I do, tell me, how you doing? How's your Saturday shaping up? How's your weekend looking so far? You got any plans? You got any gigs? Tell me about your guitar. What kind of guitar are you playing? I got this. This is a MIDI guitar, but it sounds pretty good because it's got like the actual analog pickups and the MIDI. And what only thing I'm using the MIDI for is to get the dancing dots. That's another nice feature. With I built this sort of mad scientist setup here. I got my iPad and I've got this thing. I'm using OBS software. If you're nerding out, wondering like, how's he doing that? It's like, it's just a hybrid thing I worked on over Christmas break, where it's like, okay, if I get the MIDI guitar and I can send out those live dots to this thing that's, you know, their little built-in app, and then I just filter it so it just shows the dots. And it's wonky and it's kind of nice because you can get the bends and see them like the glowworms, but it also means I'm not always looking. Sometimes you'll see the frets, like the dots go crazy on the frets because they're like slightly, you know, it's not the most intonated guitar. I need to get it set up, but for the time being, it's like pretty good to get the job done. It sounds pretty decent. And then I use my iPad and then I can draw and create the crazy sort of blobs and stuff like that. So that's how I'm getting that going. But yeah, tell me about what kind of guitar do you have right now? What are you playing? I'm trying to look at all the things and stuff like that. Yeah, OBS is amazing. Yeah, Lake. Oh yeah, Jake. I know Jake. Lake Jaker or Jake Laker or however you want to say it. Friend Jake, friend of the channel, friend of the family, was one of the members of my birthday golf outing. I have like right down the road a little par 3 golf course my friends and I played. Shenanigans. It's not real golf, not like good golf. It's the fun kind. Anyway, so if you don't know, my name's Tim Fagan. I have a shiny, I think you can see it on both of the vertical and horizontal. There's a platinum record. So what? Who cares? I know. Well, maybe you do care. But like, I used to play guitar with Colby Calais back in the day. I was her band leader and guitarist. And while I was on tour with her, we wrote a song with Jason Mraz called Lucky that became a big hit, won a Grammy, and is a beloved song. You may have heard it at a wedding or two. And I'm very proud of that. And that sort of launched me into the realm of writing and producing songs full time. But it all began with guitar. I love guitar so much. And the reason that I just started teaching less than a year ago, like officially online. And the reason I'm doing it now is because it's frankly never been a better time in history to like take something you're good at, take some knowledge and, you know, create a product and provide value for people. So that's why I'm going into business for myself. And so far the water is fine. It's been a lot of fun. My members are having a good time. And that's kind of what I'm talking about as I go here. I'm showing you an example of what our workouts are. Again, if you want to try it out, 14-day free trial, that's always the way it works. And there's a discount code going right now called WHAMMY. Enter the code WHAMMY20. Let me see. I don't know if I can spell that out on the live chat, but it's literally just, I'll just drop it into the YouTube chat, but like whammy bar. So oh my God, WHAMMY20. And that'll get you $20 off your membership. That locks that in. But again, you get your first 14 days free, no matter what, to try everything, see if it's your style. Even after your trial, if you're like, you know what, I changed my mind, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. I only want people to hang out and stick around if you're getting use out of this, because how many of you have purchased guitar courses where you really got excited when you bought it, you had really good intentions, and I don't doubt that, but you haven't gone back and checked it out in a while. Maybe it's gathering some dust, and maybe they're good videos, but what I've come to discover is just literally showing up and playing a little bit of guitar each day is the best. Momentum matters more than all the ideas and scales and concepts. And like, I heard we're supposed to learn caged. I heard we're supposed to learn triads. Somebody told me a guy on the street said Lydian's the way to go. Whatever it is, I don't care. I just want to know that you're playing the guitar, even if it's not with me, you know, but we make it so easy because if you show up, I'm your coach. We go live every weeknight. We do a weekly Zoom hang with my members. And speaking of my members, I know a lot of them here are like, when is he gonna spin the wheel? They're all here to find out when I'm gonna spin the wheel, because every month we do a dare to share challenge. It's what it sounds like. I dare my members to share a video of themselves playing, just a little snippet. But maybe you wouldn't be surprised at how stressed out we get when we try to hit the red button to record. So it's that good nudge of like, hey, who can tell if you're getting better if you don't share it, especially you? You got to have these moments to recognize like, hey, I actually am better than I was last month. So that's my goal, is to combine the momentum of just working out a little bit every day with, you know, sharing it with your supportive friends, your guitar friends, and then you get free stuff. So the winner of this drawing, just to give you a tease, if you're like, what's the deal here? The winner is going to get a custom mug. And that robot is showing up sometimes in my videos, CageBot, and CageBot really, really loves the Cage system, and I do some light roasting of the Cage system on this channel. I get it, I believe in it, but just to be clear, I never heard about caged whatever in all my years of studying guitar, but here we are. So the winner's going to get their name replacing my dog's name, Lolly, and we're going to spin for that in a little bit. Speaking of which, well, another thing to announce later, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Are there any questions, by the way? I'm trying to keep up and look at the chat. Do you have any like thoughts, feelings, questions, concerns about the circle of fifths, circle of fourths? Does anyone wonder why it's called the circle of fifths and the circle of fourths? And it's a mundane but useful reason. When you go clockwise, you're going by fifths. So it most commonly gets called circle of fifths, I think, just because that's the most common direction our eyes read. When you go the opposite direction, you're jumping by fourths. And actually, going by fourths is a little bit more, I won't say it's easier or more musical, but it's maybe a little bit more common to how we hear the chords unfold into each other. So yeah, super useful to have that in front of you. By no means are you cheating if you have a circle of fifths, circle of fourths in front of you. Reference it and then see if you can get yourself comfortable enough to go off book, as it were. Okay, let's think of ourselves as being in a minor key. So we're going to use this wheel, and I don't know how this is going to go. See how, oh, got a little bit crazy there. Let's imagine we're in B minor. So I'm drawing this shape here. Now we're in B minor. Using the same kind of like numbering system here. Remember, the notes of B minor and the notes of D major in terms of the scale tones are going to be the same notes, like the same letter names. It's just how you start and end your phrases and how you build your progressions. You'll see, because literally, if D was our 1, let's imagine we're D major. So So it's like D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and then it just repeats to D. Oh my gosh, I got off track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there it is. Ha, numbers. This would be minor, so it goes major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, and then diminished. These are good patterns to just kind of get locked in. So let's imagine we got our 1. I'm hoping to demystify the circle. Andrew Light, one of our proud members, and he's on the wheel. But yes, we're just trying to keep this wheel around and keep it useful in our life. Because when we look at these kind of blobs of information, sometimes they end up just being that. It's like, oh man, what are we going to do with this? But we're showing you what you can do with it. I'll show what you can do with this wheel right here. So let's build a little progression here. Let's say 6. Any suggestions on what we should build here? Let's say we're in B minor. You're looking at those choices, and you can grab the major chords, whatever you feel like. You could tell me using numbers, or tell me using numbers or letters. Let's build something, then we'll jam on this. Then we'll talk a little bit about like what you could play as far as like B minor licks. I'll show you a couple blues runs and things like that. We'll sort of get into that type of thing. So 6, 5, 2, 3. I like it. I got your pin, your other pin, Matt. Love it. Let's imagine this is the 6. So let's do 6, 5. Okay. So that'll give us B minor, A major, E minor. Oh, come on, pen. Don't fail me now. F sharp minor. See how this feels. Funky. Right? So let's play the chords as they're written. Let's play B minor, A major, E minor, F sharp minor. We're gonna have fun with this. This is gonna be good. Let's start with just the basic B minor pentatonic, right? That's cool. Not mad at it. But let's spice it up as we go. We're gonna add some more internal organs here. Sorry. I'm gonna add this note. Swoosh. Gonna add this note. Gonna add this note. Gonna add that note. You know, I could add the blues note. We're not gonna worry about the blues note right now. That's fine. You could do it. If you got it, go for it. Let it rip. Yeah, let's just start with those right there. And maybe this one right here. So just real. In fact, let's play it together. If you just want to warm up, let's just run the pink dots together just to get those under our hands. 1, 2, from the bottom to the top. And resolve to that root, right? By that, I mean land on a B. Let me show you what I don't want to hear. And I'm not there, so you know, I can't tell you what to do with your life, but I mean, that's okay, but it kind of wants to land on the B just to feel like it's resolving a bit. Now, let's add these purple. So by doing that, I've spelled out the entire B minor scale, right? And sometimes you look at a scale, you see all of the dots all at once, and you get a little bit like overwhelmed, and I don't blame you. But let's treat this more like you've got the pentatonic as your foundation, and we're adding these interesting colors to it, right? So that's a good one to have right there. That's the 6. It's the flat 6. And you can really hear it on the E minor because it's a chord tone, right? So I might say, if you're jamming over something like this, get acquainted with your minor pentatonic that works. Play your things, you know, kick the tires, and then just take one of these new flavors to really hear what it can do, right? And don't just play it one way, you know, try bending to it. Try doing too often we get sort of like, we're trying to do it the right way, we get too serious and we're like, I'm going to play the scale all in a row just to prove to the world that I know it. Mess around. Repetition. Now, what if I were to take this, maybe on this E, instead of doing an E minor, what if I made this an E7? Hey-o! And what if I changed this dot right here? Instead of it being a flat 6, I made it be this one right here. Wow, wow. How does this sound? So get ready. I'm going to try to play that note just on that E7. There's that A chord. Now we got... And I'll even add some chords to it. Right, so I kind of changed the chord progression, which you are allowed to do because it's music and it's life and you can make it up as you go, baby. So I turned both of these chords into, it's a sort of a flashy version of an F sharp 7. It's a Jimi Hendrix chord right there. Now check it out, look at this. This is kind of a Dorian mode. You're like, wait, no, I thought Dorian mode was a whole bunch of notes that are overwhelming. Not today, not in our vibe, not how we feel. Anyway, guitar friend, you get the picture. I don't want to belabor the point because I get the sense that there's anticipation out there. There's a whole ruckus of energy of my members that are like, when's it gonna spin the wheel? Let's spin the wheel. If you're ready for me to spin the wheel, show me your wildest emoji. Whatever that means. Or just shout in all caps. I'll permit all caps. Go like, spin the wheel, give us the wheel. Let's warm up the wheel. I'm gonna close out these doddly doots. These doodly doddly doots. Light up this Dare to Share April spinny wheel situation. Ho 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 ho. Is it hot in here? I know I'm a pretty moist, you know, I got a lot of shine on my brow. Sorry to say moist out of nowhere. Trigger warning. Spin it. Wade Olson. Andrew Light. Frank's like, spin the wheel. At least you're on it. Frank, you're right there. You're even in the supermarket guacamole color. I don't know why these colors are the way they are. I tried to hit one like, oh, let's try the sort of the forest colors, and it just went blah. Okay, somebody just give me a key. We'll put like a... Oh, don't give me a key. You're too keyed up. Here I am just fiddling around with this loop. What good am I? So, the winner will receive a customized mug, a one of one, for all your hard work. If you're just joining us, these are my members. They're in the chat here on YouTube. We're over here on Instagram. By the way, if you're on Instagram, just comment workout. Comment workout and you'll get free stuff sent to you. I promise it's not spam. It's not lame. I'm doing my best to provide value and offer whatever I can so that you get unstuck get into a flow of daily wins. I know I'm talking like a sales guy. I'm trying to learn how to do that. How do I communicate to the scrolling peoples of the world? Through fun. Okay, that's what we're doing. The winner is going to get something great. These people, they dared, they shared, they put videos in over the past month of, and what was cool about it is that first they had to share a rhythm part, and then some other friend would come in and play along to that rhythm part and improvise a lead on it. So this has been a real sort of nice to meet you, good job, guitar friends celebration. We're ready, we're gonna spin the wheel. Come on now, let's go. If you're feeling it, stand up, shake. All right, do whatever you need to do. Do your lucky dance. We're gonna spin the wheel, and I promise last time I spun it and I tried to do it manually and it didn't go so well, and we're not gonna do that this time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to put on the crazy voices. Spin the wheel, spin the wheel. Come on, dude. Would you just spin the wheel? We're gonna spin the wheel. Here we go. Ready, set, spin. It's gonna be Andrew. It can't be Ricky. It can't be Jeff. Because there's just one reason. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it's
Wade.
Sorry for the yelling. Not sorry. Congratulations, Wade Olson, my man, the one, the only. I would venture to say a real crowd favorite, a friend to the tribe, and just a star athlete out there daring and sharing. Wade Olson is gonna have, and I believe Wade even called his shot like Babe Ruth. Wade was like, I'm gonna get that mug, and it's gonna have my name, Wade. All right, let's cool off there, Ringo. Easy, 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 easy. Let's see, congratulations. That is gonna now say Wade. And you see Caged has detected low caffeine levels, unacceptable. My guy CageBot runs on nothing but the juice, that cool Caged Java, and all that information, that fretboard wisdom. Congratulations, Wade. Congratulations, honestly, everyone who's shared and dared. By the way, this is a great time to announce we've got, new merch drop. I actually have a merch store. I know, I'm doing all the things. You can't see it on the vertical, but I just showed these really cool graphics of this really dope mug. This mug here is available for anyone that wants to buy. My merch store, everything is 20% off. That's right, 20% off for 1 week only. So if you want this mug, and it's a great mug, it's a very good mug. It has a new design on one side of it. You got the low caffeine detected, CageBot having a rough morning, and then on the other side, CageBot is soaring into his day, feeling most triumphant. And yeah, I believe Wade, it takes a village. Wade had the help of a lot of great contributors daring and sharing on his stuff, but there will be one of one made for the one and only Wade. Congratulations, Wade. Yeah, if you want to check out the merch store, there is a, this is cool up there. Anyway, suddenly you just get the sales energy and you're hopped up on it. You don't think you will be. And then one day you just, here we are. But yeah, I just connected the merch store to the YouTube page. So if you're on the YouTube page, but for some reason, it's uploading the artwork and it's just the backs of the shirts. So it looks like I'm selling a bunch of expensive, just blank shirts, and I'm not. I encourage you to check out the link, and maybe it's updated since, an hour ago. But if you go to the store, you'll see that there's the guitar workout of the day shirts. Everything is 20% off for, the next week, and it's a good vibe. It's a good deal. Okay, talk to me. Any questions? Anybody got any comments, feelings, concerns? My people's on the Instagrams. How you doing out there? Yeah, drop workout. Comment the word workout, and you'll get the free goodies. And honestly, no shade, as no one says anymore the moment I said it. But hey, there's a lot of free guitar stuff out there, isn't there? I mean, I think if it was on a graph, it would be like breaking the top of the chart and heading to Mars, because there is more free stuff out there than ever. But you know where I'm going with this. There's a catch. What are you going to do? What are you going to practice? The dreaded, what do I practice now, is always just one click away. And every time you finish watching one little nom-nom snacky free piece of content on YouTube, or even when I send out the free lessons, as good as they are, it leaves you with that what now moment. And that's another chance that you might stop. You might stop that good thing you got going. I'm just chugging coffee over here. CageBot, low caffeine detected. But the whole idea of what I'm doing is just to keep it in a flow. I think what I hear the most from people that are like trying to get better, whether it's in my one-on-one lessons or from my members, is like, tell me if you can relate to this. It's like, I don't want to be a rock star. I don't want to be able to shred necessarily. I just want to have my guitar and be able to sit and play and just play all over the neck, whatever ideas I have, like simple chords, progressions, play little fills. And I just want to not feel stuck. I want to not feel like there's like half of the neck that I can't play, because that's some of the most like enjoyable guitar playing to listen to. It's just someone who's just kind of easily playing grooves, and I think that's how a lot of people feel, is that if I could just sit with a guitar and play and not hit a roadblock. And the thing about that is that what you're describing is like a flow state, like just easy breezy, choosing ideas as they come up in your head, and then when you hear an idea in your head, you can play it. Your hands know where to go. You've practiced it enough so it's not like suddenly a mangle of fingers. You can just go for it and just play in your style, because that's what you wanted to do all along. You just want to play the way that you like to listen to music and what you hear. And that's what everything turns out is geared towards in what I'm making. I thought I was going to make a lot of self-paced courses. We have those. Those are great. And I keep making those, believe it or not, to my members. There's more in the works. And those are interesting too. They're called gauntlets. So if you want to go at your own pace, I've got these little mini songs that I build here in my studio. You can't see all these other instruments I have here, there, and everywhere. So I make custom tracks designed to basically give you real guitar parts, like full guitar parts. Just a little vibe in the background. Because when you play full parts, you actually get like a full idea, not just a riff. Like we can go on and on for years playing just famous riffs from classic rock songs and things like that. And that kind of gets you that far, and then you stop, and then people are like, what do you got next? It's like, I don't know. I don't even know what key I'm in, but I can play, like what have you, what not, or like, and so on and so forth as a bossa. So flowing with the daily workouts, you just sort of get this momentum. You don't have to worry about what to practice. That's how it was when I was a teenager. I don't know if you can remember back when you were like first started playing guitar, you didn't have a million distractions. You were just all about it. And you honestly weren't attaching too many expectations to it, just getting lost in it. That's what we're trying to bring back in the fold. So if you're interested, guitarfriendtim.com. You can go straight to the website, check out the 14-day free trial. That's yours. Jump in. We'd love to have you. We're all having a good time. Checking the chat here. How's everyone doing from my members, those who didn't win? It seems like there's good camaraderie, good sort of like, handshakes and head nods, and good job, good game out there, good game out there. The pepper is our symbol for Spicy Night. We might need to put the pepper on a mug at some point. Spicy Night happens when we, the fourth day of every week, usually Thursday, we kick it up a notch. So almost everything is very level 1, level 2. So if you're at the sort of intermediate beginner level, that's the sweet spot. But we bring in the advanced concepts and we add the spice. So the spice level is 3 peppers for Spicy Nights on Thursdays. Yeah. That's kind of all I got for you. Gave you my spiel. We got the discount codes going on. If you have any questions, if you're on the gram, follow me, send me a message. I'm a real person. I'm the only one running the show. I do have a Tim bot, no relation to Cage bot, that helps me answer the DMs and stuff like that. So always know that if you have an issue, you can reach out to me directly. We'll figure it out. But yeah, let's build another little groove here. And we'll do, let me just press a little button here and make sure I have this lined up. Let's just see if we got this little... Oh, shoot! Oh, that's my dog! Oh, gotcha. That's my version of Rick rolling when my dog Tony gets in the barrel. But actually, let's get to work here. I don't know if I have any. Well, actually, there's this selection of samples I have. We're just having fun now. We're goofing, being zany, and it's like percussion parts that come from. They didn't sample them. They recreated percussion parts from famous songs, and just to show you an example, like I think some people, let's see, this one is that's In Your Eyes, Peter Gabriel, right? Let me put it at the exact right tempo. So that's 9. Love. Boy, that is a lot of triangle in that one. That's a nice loud. If you wanted more cowbell, you got more triangle. This is 99 Problems. Oh, this is just the congas from it. We're gonna use that. We're gonna drop that in. We're gonna have those congas. We're gonna grab a nice stanky beat. Let's grab, yeah, I like how that feels in my head. Grabbing that, dragging that in, let's go. Okay, so we'll build a nice funky groove to jam our way out. It's been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure rocking out with you. Stick around, grab your guitar, we're gonna jam. You know all the things, I don't need to remind you. You got the deal and the spiel. Switch back to my fretboard over here. Boop ba ba doo ba da boop ba ba doo ba ba da ba da ba da ba da ba 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 da. T-Bone's ripping, just dropping in, charging. Okay, let's make it interesting though. Go ahead and give me a key, give me a letter, and we'll drop it onto the wheel just to review one more time. That's a lot of what we like to do. One other thing that I like, I'm reading this book about how people learn. Like, it's written by a bunch of professors that do this for a living, as far as the secret of behavioral learning. And there's interleaved learning is a thing where, like, you've got a bunch of different layers going on and you keep reviewing as you go. That's more our style here. So if you ever get worried, like, oh no, last week they covered this and they'll never touch it again, it's like we're always overlapping, so you feel the flow. A. Oh, Wade's in charge. Wade's like, give me an A, I'm a winner. All right, A. Schwong. Love it. Schwong. So we're thinking in terms of A major. All right, oh, sorry, I gotta go over here. A major is our key, that's our 1. So you can picture there's the 4, that's D. There's the 5, that's E, right? Circle of fourths going counterclockwise, that's why it's a D. You go one step that way, that's a 4th. That's the 4 chord. Circle of fifths going clockwise, that's the E. You hopped from an A to an E, that's the 5 chord. Yoinks! The F sharp minor. That's that relative minor. All right, now give me some numbers. Give me some numbers. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, Michael B, I hear you. I see you there. Yeah, you actually had to start learning to play. I know, isn't it amazing how long we can go watching videos thinking we're getting better by osmosis, like you say? It's there's a saying within the world of content creators that I guess I am one of those now. I didn't think I'd be that guy. But it's like every day, ask yourself whether you created more than you consumed, because we're always taking things in and hopefully cranking things out if we're contributing things in the world. And by creating, you could be creating videos about guitar, or you could just be creating time to play guitar, literally. So every time you bookmark a lesson or save it for later or watch it, put that much time into playing if you could. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's definitely your pin. Oh, Matt, you gave it away. You hit it the first 2 times, but now, can't you miss nothing? Nothing happened at all. It's just been a real uneventful stream. Easy peasy McCheesy. All right, let's just see what we got. I'm gonna find something I like, so go. I'm gonna use all 6 of them, okay? So we're gonna do F sharp minor, shoom, 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 F sharp minor to E, and then we'll go, oh, okay, so we'll go F sharp minor to E, and then we'll go B minor to A, and then we'll go C sharp, you dig it? I dig it. All right, so tell me what key could what scale could we be playing over this? Give me some options. F sharp minor. Ooh, and I got one more thing I'll show you. My members know this already. It's a pattern on the fretboard that translates what's happening on the wheel up to the fretboard. And between those 2 things, it might just be a head exploding emoji moment for you. I know it was for me the first time I saw it. there's a third dog in the house named Potato. Potato just saw something that Potato really likes something outside. So we've got a 6 chord to a 5 chord to a 2 chord to a 1 chord to a 3 chord to a 4 chord. Oh, you don't. Oh, that's what we'll do. Oh, I just decided to throw a curveball at us. This is a cool progression right here. We'll do a C sharp 7 chord there, and that one falls outside of the wheel. So here's a 1, down, down, bam. So what I'm drawing right there on the fretboard is the root notes for A. There's a 4 chord, that's a D, that's an E, and that's an F sharp. So 1, 4, 5, 6, that's an easy way, we call that the L shape around here. And that gives you just a very simple way, as long as you got the root, you can find your 1, 4, 5, and 6. Useful. Okay, let's build this. All right. So. Yeah. We jamming. Keys part going on there. We're just straight up vibing now. So here's an A major pentatonic shape, right? Old reliable there, right? Do you know this one as well as you know that one though? Sorry that the colors sometimes are a little bit tough to see. Bit translucent. This one right here, Tasty Town, and I'm doing the double color there because that's where they overlap. That's fun stuff there, gang. Fun stuff. Right? Something like that. Maybe I do it right. Oh, let's see. And I would say once we get to that C#7 chord, just play chord tones. You know, just for now, just. Oh, guitar friends, you did real good today. Yeah, but not as good as Tony, boy! You gotta get him twice. You can't let him off the hook. You gotta get him twice. That's what we do around here. Hey, check us out. We're on the interwebs. Thanks for being a part of this experience. Just checking the chat here. Thanks, Wade, for being a winner, and everyone else is a winner too. I got nothing else to say. Let's just play. All right. Good vibes. Great work, guitar friends. I'll see you around. Okay. Sounds good, Tim. Okay, thanks, Tim.